Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the middle of one horrendous climb. Oh yeah. Pretty much from the get-go this morning, from camp, where I was camped nestled in those bushes last night, you'll recall. I only went about half a mile, and then we began this steep, horrendous, challenging, rocky, technical, tricky climb. Yes, we did. Okay. I don't know if it was about, maybe it's, I don't know, 2,000 feet of elevation gain. I think I've got about 500 feet of that left to do. But I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, one step at a time, just like anything else in life. Everything begins with the first step. And it ends, and it does end, with the last step. Everything ends with the last step. Keep that in mind. If there's something you want to do, make sure you do it before your guardian angel says, this is your last step. Okay? Oh yeah, because everything ends with the last step. So make sure you get out there and get things done. Just my little words of nothingness. Welcome to day 43, April the 7th. We've pushed into Virginia, as you know, and we're heading north. Today, you know what? I don't know. The shelter that would be the most appropriate is probably a little too far for me, although it's hard to say. But again, lots of camp spots here and there. Passed several this morning. Passed other guys camping this morning. Packing up, getting ready for the day. I'm going to put you guys away for a little while. I just wanted to welcome you to day 43 on the Appalachian Trail. And I'm going to concentrate on getting this climb done. We'll talk to you in a bit. My wind muff on my GoPro Hero 8 Black, which is what I'm using for this particular through hike, by the way, is torn to heck. I have no idea if it's offering any wind protection whatsoever. I am going to look at getting a new one off Amazon and maybe sent to a hostel up the road, maybe Parrisburg. But anyhow, I haven't done that as of yet. So I apologize if we are getting wind noise, but we have reached the top of that horrendous climb that we started with today. And after all that climbing up to the mountaintop, you feel as though you are, take a look, you feel as though, foggy morning, you feel as though you are a million miles from civilization. However, you're not, because right over there, just to the left of the trail, if you can see it, is some hydro lines, some electricity lines, telegraph poles. And I think a road, because I could see the top of what appeared to be a white van moving down there. So when you think, you know, you can get no further from mankind, from civilization, you're right there with mankind, right in civilization, because there's a road and a hydro line. Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about this morning. As I mentioned earlier, welcome to day 43, April 7th. So, a little bit of an update. Yesterday, as I mentioned, was 17.4 miles. Great. Today, I've noticed there is a shelter. I think it's called Weiser or Wesser Shelter. And from where I camped last night, that would give me a 16-mile day if I do that shelter. Now, there's only certain areas you can camp in this Grey Islands kind of park where we are right now, a wilderness I think it's called. And this is where the ponies are, although I haven't seen any yet. So it did mention that at this Wesser or Weiser shelter, you can camp there. So I'm guessing that would work fine. A 16-mile day would work fine for my goal as of today, or right now. That would work fine. Just got to check the water status there, but I'm sure there is some. Today is Thursday. Then I have Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday, this morning, I booked a bunk in the bunkhouse at, I think it's called something like the Neck or Nick Lair. It's the alpaca farm in Marion. It's a $35 bunk. They have a shuttle into town, I believe, to resupply. The shuttle costs $15, but that's the total. You can split that with however many people you can get that want to resupply, and I'm sure there'll be some on Sunday if I get another couple of guys. Anyhow, that's $5 a piece, so that's okay. I'm good with that. So Sunday is my next hostel, today being Thursday, for a bath and charge my battery packs and resupply. We'll leave there Monday morning and we will push north to Paris or Parisburg, Virginia. And that is my plan. Until it changes, of course, which it could. Yeah, so here, look. Here's the road I mentioned. Gray skies and windy. The trail and the road to a little parking area. Okay, sun. Oh look, there's blue sky right above me. Sun coming through the clouds there. Oh yeah. Now, what I do know is, with that thunderstorms and stuff that came through last night, so did colder air. And I feel that now. It's much colder now than it was at like 4:30 when I got out of bed this morning. So yeah, it is going to get colder, and I think Friday or Saturday or whenever, they've got forecasts of even wet snow. So it's definitely getting colder again, but yesterday was like 80 degrees. So I think just like home in Ontario, in the springtime, the warm air battles the cold air for supremacy. And some days the warm air wins, some days the cold air wins as it's retreating north. And I think for the next few days, the cold air is actually kicking the ass of the warm air. Okay. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Finally, the weather is kind of breaking. Since I spoke to you a little earlier this morning, the weather turned just downright nasty. High winds, fog, rain, freezing rain. I had to go with my big gloves and my Z-Pax Verdis rain jacket for the lair and the windbreaking protection underneath my Frog Dogs Pro Light. Yeah, right now we are in a climb. Again, let's take a look at the trail. The immediate plan, I just checked the app, and in 2.1 miles I come to a shelter. It's a little after 11 a.m. maybe 11:15 right now, 11:30. So I'm thinking that would be a great spot for me to have lunch. And that would also leave me then about 5.5 miles from there to the, I believe it's called the Wiser Shelter, which would give me a 16-mile day, which would be just fine for me today. So that is basically the interim plan. Yeah, see the sun is coming up. There's some blue sky behind me. Now I know I said that earlier this morning, but then it just turned to shit. Okay. We've got a sign here. Let's see what that sign says. Well, it says Appalachian Trail, Mount Rogers, Virginia 600 South, Groundstone Campground, and VA 603. Well, I know I mentioned a couple of days ago we were climbing Mount Rogers, but we were not. But we are now. This is the way we go. Yeah, I was confused. I think it was like Mount Rogers Park or Mount Rogers Forest. But it wasn't the actual Mount Rogers. That is happening as we speak. Okay, let us get to it. The first of the wild ponies right here. There's 3 of them. One on trail, one on the left, one on the right. Pretty exciting to see you guys. Hello. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? You are super pretty. Yes, you are. Wow. Look, I'm gonna snap a couple of shots of this. I'm delighted that we got to see some ponies. Possible we'll see some more. People tell me they've seen as many as 20, but we saw 3, and I am delighted with that. They were pretty. They come around you looking for food, but definitely no feeding them. If we did, if humans fed them human food, it wouldn't be long before their life expectancy would be greatly reduced. It's just not right for them. And they are wild, so. Yeah, it's called the Grayson Highlands is where I am. I just read a sign. I just gave directions for day hikers through here. And I've seen day hikers too. They're directed to follow basically the Appalachian Trail, but sun's shining, although it's dark right in here because we just walked right back into the green tunnel again. But the day's going well. It's about 2 o'clock right now, I believe. I'm about 4.5 miles from where I plan on making camp. I had my lunch. Today I had coffee, and then I made basically, I guess, a tortilla sandwich. I put 1 tortilla down, put on there my Spam, mayonnaise and cheese, another tortilla on top, and made a tortilla sandwich, and finished off with a few cookies. So that was good. Give me the energy I need now to get the rest of the way to camp. So wow, yeah, breezy, although we're sheltered right in here, which is good. But generally speaking, in the open, it's very, very breezy, very windy. Sun shining, temperatures dropped, although the sun does have heat to it. But yesterday, it's good, 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, if not more than that cooler at this time. Yesterday at this time, it was much more humid and probably almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And today, I'd say it's about maybe 58 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 55 even. So it's still, it's a lot cooler, but it's pleasant. I'm wearing shorts, but I'm also wearing a t-shirt and my Frog Togs Pro jacket. I'm still wearing my big gloves. That's okay. Had a nasty scare. Whew! I reached down for my phone and it was not there. That's a rhyme. I had a nasty scare and I reached for my phone and it was not there. Whoa. Anyhow, get the pouch, because it's a valuable item to me. is carabined on also, as well as the straps and stuff that hold it in place. It's got an emergency or safety carabiner, and it caught on the other part of my pack, so it pulled it basically out of my vision and reach when I took my pack off and realized, okay, there it is, fine, life is good again. This is a camp area right here, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And they have a bear box at this camp. That's where you put your food on a night. It's a sealed big metal box, and you put your food in there so the bears can't get at it. You're only allowed to camp in the Grayson Highlands Park area in certain designated spots, and this is one of them, of course. And they place a bear box at a designated spot because there has been reports of what they say is aggressive bears, but don't forget, these are black bears. How you doing, guy?
All right, how are you?
Good, thank you. A day hiker coming through, but these are black bears, and sure, they can be aggressive. I'm not saying they can't in any way, shape or form, but I find quite often people do the silliest things with their food, such as just leave it out on a picnic table or out next to their tent wide open, and that's going to attract all kinds of wildlife, not just bears. So then a bear comes along and thinks, oh look, dinner, goes for the dinner, and all of a sudden he's labeled a aggressive bear. Just a second. 500. Oh, it's missing a stick. One's blown out of the way. Let me put that back. 500 miles. 500 miles. Whew. And I would walk 500 miles. Well, okay, so I can't sing, and I don't know the song anyhow. 500 miles. So on day 43, we hit the 500 mile marker. Okay, fine. We do need to, and we have done, by the way, we have done. We still need to keep working on the pace. 43 days for 500 miles. So we need to be able to do 500 miles in no more than about 37 days, maybe 38. So we've got to shave 5 or 6 days or more off the next 500. So let's throw out a goal right now. 43 today. So if we go, say, 35 days, so that's 40, 70, 78. So we need to be at, because we do need to make up some time, we do need to be at the 1,000 mile marker by day 78. If we can do that, then we should be golden. So we do have to, you know, keep that in mind. We can't go any further each day now than we're doing. Some days are harder than others, and some days, and this allows us to get further than others. But we've had some big climbs today so far, and the terrain has been wet and muddy and slippy from the thunderstorms last night that were pretty severe. I'm wearing my waterproof socks, which really do make a difference. So my understanding is the rest of the trail to my camp is pretty much level or downhill. A few little climbs, but nothing serious. So that's okay. Appalachian Trail, Pine Mountain Trail. We're not taking that. We're going to stay on the Appalachian. So 500 miles. Pretty good. I think so. Hi guys.
You're close.
Say hi to YouTube.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay, 500.
So 500. We've done great. More signs. Whew. Wow. A little breezy up here. Just take a look up here, by the way. Some beautiful views. I'm not sure. There seems to be a lack of markings along this particular section, because I did go majorly wrong this morning, but some other hikers hollered at me and told me, and I think we're going the right way, but there was no markings to tell me that. But that's a red blaze. You know what? I got to check the app because I really don't know. There's just no markings right now. You come to a junction, it just does not tell you where to go. It's approaching about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I believe, although I haven't checked the app, but I believe I'm very close to the Wiser shelter, where I'm going to be spending the night in the tenting area. The guide and Good Hook say there's water right there. Perfect. My first chore will be to get my tent erected or dried out from last night's thunderstorms. And yeah, then get settled in for the evening. It's been a challenging day today. Very, very rocky, very challenging, very interesting. There were sections of that Greystone Highlands that almost reminded me, well, did remind me very much of the day 2 of the Colorado Trail and the bird section. It really did. Sun's coming out. That's nice. There's about 50% blue sky, about 50% cloud. Sunshine is good to dry the tent. Oh, I think tonight I'm going to wash my feet with a wet wipe and maybe cream my feet. Oh, I see a privy. There's one thing about Virginia too. The shelters have privies. That's always good. And I think I'm arriving then now at the shelter area. Oh, well, there's the privy. So maybe that's the shelter, I don't know. Oh, there's the shelter. What does this sign say? Okay. Welcome to Wilburn Ridge. Wow. Okay, so it looks like there's a privy there. And then the shelter is to the right. From my first observations is excellent tenting spots. I see good tenting spots already, and I'd be glad to get any one of some of those. Looks like a lot of the people already hanging out their gear, making themselves home for the night. So it's just a matter of where is my home going to be. Oh, take a look. I think they're having a garage sale. All kinds of shoes and socks for sale here. 50 cents each.
They're a good deal.
Pardon me?
Hocus Speed goats are a good deal.
Is it a good deal?
Yeah.
How much are they?
650 miles on them, and look at them.
Oh, they look great. Hi, Katie. Say hello to YouTube world.
Hi, Kate Greeny here.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I see Professor. I see Lightning. Who else is here that I know? Anybody? Am I waking anybody up? No. Nobody's sleeping.
Papa Bear's at the water source.
Okay. I'm going to put up my tent, find a spot, put up my tent, and and filter some water, make myself some dinner, and go from there. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Well, what an amazing day today. I'm telling you, it has been so exciting. The Grayson Highlands, the horses, the terrain, rough, rugged, rocky. Hey, my camp for the night. You see the shelter in the background. I just filtered 3.5 liters of water, so my water bottle for morning is topped up, and I'll be having a good dinner tonight. Yeah, all my stuff is dry. Everything's good from the thunderstorms last night. No problems. So yeah, day 40, I guess it's day 43, comes to a screeching halt right here. I think it's about 16 miles today. I have not checked exactly, so we'll call it 16. If there's any major discrepancy from that, I'll let you know, but I think it was 16 miles today. Plus, as you know, we passed the 500 mile marker today. Oh yeah, we are getting this done little bit by little bit. I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a great night. Good night.